Hi and welcome! My name is Demi and today I'm going to show you how to make these delicious Snickerdoodles. Now I think Snickerdoodles make the perfect autumn treats because they are buttery, they're sugary, they're cinnamony, they make the whole house smell amazing. So I thought I would share with you my recipe today. One small disclaimer before we start. I like to use grams because I live in the Netherlands and we use grams over here, but not to worry, as we go along the quantities will pop up in the screen in both cups and in grams. And also if you'd like to read back the recipe, you can look at the description box down below where the quantities will also be mentioned in both cups and in grams. Alright, let's get started. Today we are going to be making a dozen Snickerdoodles, so that's 12 Snickerdoodles, and we are going to start by preheating our oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Once your oven is preheating, we are going to be mixing together our dry ingredients. So I'm going to put this over there for a second. I have 165 grams of all-purpose flour right here. It's sifted already. If you haven't sifted, I would recommend to do that. And to that we're going to add 4 things, which I have over here. So I have half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. We're just gonna dump that in. And we are just going to give that a whisk for now, just to make sure that all the ingredients are incorporated. So I feel like the ingredient cream of tartar might need a little explanation, especially if you're not American and especially if you're a beginner at baking. Cream of tartar is something that acts like a leavening agent, much like baking powder and baking soda. And in Dutch, because I am Dutch, it is called wijnsteen bakpoeder. I don't know if you can see that a little bit, but yeah, it's called wijnsteen bakpoeder in Dutch. And basically what it does is it gives the Snickerdoodles a little bit of a tangy taste and it gives it a very chewy texture. So I would definitely recommend to get cream of tartar if you can. In the Netherlands you can buy it at most of the bigger supermarkets like Jumbo or Albert Heijn, because I bought this at the Jumbo. It's just near the baking powder. Now if you cannot get cream of tartar in your country, not to worry, you can still make these cookies, but what you're going to do is you're going to leave out the baking soda and the cream of tartar, and instead you're going to add a whole teaspoon of baking powder. I think it's not going to give you the exact same flavor and texture, but you're still going to get a delicious cinnamon cookie. So honestly, just do that if you can't get cream of tartar and you're going to be fine. So after mixing the dry ingredients together, I'm going to put them aside for a second. And we are going to move on to our butter. So over here I have 115 grams of unsalted room temperature butter, which I'm just going to put in my bowl, like so. And we're going to move that. And then we're going to add our sugar. So over here I have 150 grams of granulated sugar. We're just gonna throw that in there. I'm gonna put this bowl over there. And then we're just going to mix the butter and the sugar. We're going to cream it, is what it's called. And we're going to do that for 2 minutes, maybe 3. We're going to make sure the butter and the sugar are properly incorporated and that the mixture is nice and fluffy. And then we're gonna move on to our next step. So just mix it on a medium speed for 2 to 3 minutes. All right, a few minutes later we have a nice fluffy mixture that is a little bit lighter. The sugar and the butter are mixed very well and looks like this. And to this we're just going to add an egg, like so. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm gonna grab my teaspoon. I'm just gonna pour that in there, put you over there, and then we're just going to give this another quick mix for maybe half a minute to a minute, just to make sure that the egg and the vanilla are properly incorporated in the mixture. So I'm gonna put this there. Oh, I've got a runner. And I'm going to turn it on and mix it for, like I said, maybe 30 seconds on a medium speed. Okay, so now we have the eggs and the vanilla mixed in and it's already smelling pretty good. And then the last thing we're going to add for now is our dry ingredients. So I'm just going to take the flour and everything that we mixed before, and I'm just gonna pop it in. Like that. I'm gonna give it a quick mix. All right. And then we're going to mix this for another, I don't know, maybe 20 seconds. You don't want to over mix it at this point. Just make sure that all the ingredients are mixed properly together. All right, I actually only mixed it for maybe 15 seconds. Like I said, the goal was just to incorporate all the ingredients and mix them together. So that's what we did. Let's take this thing off for now. So now we have a really nice mixture, and this is basically our cookie dough. Not much else to it other than rolling them in cinnamon sugar later on. Let me put this buddy over there. Let me mix this. So the mixture looks something like this. It's a cinnamon cookie dough. It's really delicious already, if you can see that. What we're going to do now, if you have the time, is we're going to chill the cookie dough for 20 to 30 minutes in the fridge in some saran wrap, plastic foil, plastic wrap, whatever you call it. The reason that I like to do that when I have time, which I do today, is that when you chill the cookie dough, the fats are solidified in the cookie, which means that they spread less when you bake them. Now, if you don't have time and you just want to get this over with, then don't worry, you can roll them into balls now and just skip to the next step. If you have half an hour, just put the cookie dough in some saran wrap just to make sure that it's chilled a bit, and then we can move on to the next step. All right. Gonna put that over there for now, and we're just going to wrap this up. She did very gracefully. So I'm just going to let this dough chill for about half an hour, and I will see you after that. All right, so now that the dough has chilled for about 30 minutes, we are going to roll it into little balls, and then we're going to roll those balls into cinnamon sugar. Now, cinnamon sugar sounds really fancy, but it's literally just sugar combined with cinnamon. So what I put in here is 25 grams of granulated sugar mixed with 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So I'm just going to roll this dough into little balls and then roll it, like I said, through the cinnamon sugar. Now, the dough may be a bit sticky. What I find helps if the dough is too sticky is you just take a bowl of water, which is what I have over here as well. You just dip your fingers in it and you just make your hands a little bit wet, not excessively, just a little bit. It prevents the dough from sticking to your hands too much. So I'm going to take a little ball and I'm going to roll it like so. And then we're going to roll that through our cinnamon sugar. Just make sure it's completely coated. And then it looks like this, and you're just gonna put it on there. I have a bit of a smaller oven, so I'm just only going to be making 6 at a time. But if you have a normal oven, then just put all 12 in at the same time, obviously. So again, roll it in there until it's completely covered. Put it down. Rolling it into a ball, rolling the ball in the cinnamon. All right, so this is our Snickerdoodles done. They look amazing. We're now going to bake them for about 10 to 11 minutes in the oven. You still want them to be soft because cookies continue to harden once they're out of the oven. So yeah, like I said, my oven is a bit smaller, so I'm doing 6 now and then I'm doing 6 after that. Then I'm going to let the cookies cool down for 10 minutes and then I will see you when they are done. So I baked the cookies and then I let them cool down for about 10 to 15 minutes, and now here we are. These cookies are super gooey, they're super crunchy, they're so delicious, they already smell so good. And yeah, I think I'll just have to try one. You guys, these are so good. They're so full of cinnamon, they're so sweet, they're so perfect. These are so good. If you can see how gooey they are, but they're really gooey on the inside. They're really chewy. Like I said, the cream of tartar gives that extra chewiness. These are so delicious. If you have a glass of milk, just grab a glass of milk to eat these with, especially if they're still warm. Alright, I'm going to finish this cookie off screen, but in the meantime, if you like this video, please let me know, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel so I can keep making more of these videos. And if you make these cookies, please comment down below because I'm very interested in hearing what you think. And also, thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me, and I hope to see you guys again. Bye! And that's a cat. That's very hygienic.